What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Turn 2 Gaming. I'm your host, AJ.
This is Matt Bartram, the co-host. I hope you guys are excited as us, because today we are going to be talking about War of the Spark, our top 5 picks. And plus, we're going to talk about getting ready for the pre-release.
The pre-release is this weekend.
Oh man, it's exciting, isn't it?
Oh man, I can't wait.
So what kind of deck are you wanting to build already?
I have no idea. I just want to open up a Planeswalker in every single pack. That's what I want to do.
And we did just get to confirm that there is going to be a full Planeswalker in each pack.
Yeah.
I mean, well, not in each pack, but the pre-release pack. Sorry, I mean, if it's a full Planeswalker. I know this is going to be off topic, but
Wow.
let's talk, before we get into the pre-release talk, how are you feeling about they released Japan anime alternative art?
Yeah. So apparently in Japan and all of their booster boxes, you can potentially get a alternative art anime card for all the Planeswalkers, which I think is pretty cool.
And I think is it like a 50%, I believe? I think that's what they said.
I have no idea. I'm personally not a fan of anime art, but that's just me. I know it actually some of them look really cool, and I hope that they're not astronomically expensive. So who knows?
And I really don't think they will. I know a lot of people are talking that they're going to be expensive, but I think they're going to probably be like on the lower end. I could be completely wrong, but I don't think they're going to be that expensive. Not as expensive as the Mythic Edition, because the Mythic Edition box right now is insane.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I would say this is going to be a box that you are needing to invest in, if that's what you want to do.
If you can get a hold of one, that's the thing.
12,000 are being made, right?
I think so. 12,000. Yep.
So I mean, there's a chance you can get one, but how many people play Magic in the world? It's a lot more than 12,000.
Well, so for the Mythic Edition, if you're not sure what that is, basically it is a premium box of War of the Spark that guarantees 8 Planeswalkers in it. So it basically started with Guilds of Ravnica, I believe.
Yes.
So yeah, it's basically guaranteed 8 Planeswalkers, but Wizards had to go and print cards like Jace the Mind Sculptor, Tezzeret the Seeker, I think it's Nahiri the Harbinger, and like Ugin the Spirit Dragon.
Yeah, they put a lot of good cards in this one.
So it's pretty awesome.
And compared to the last one, I think this one's going to be the one that will be the highest.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, over time, because I think this is going to be a quick flip if you're wanting to flip them. So
if you can get a hold of them, that's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, do what you guys got to do to get them. So,
but yeah. Well, let's do a primer on pre-release and what the sealed format is for some of our listeners that I'm not sure what that is.
Well, make sure you bring some sleeves. I think that's the number one thing you definitely need to bring. So pretty much, it's just it's not as strong competitively as standard. It's more of you getting yourself into this. As someone who's been pretty new into the pre-release, just try to find your colors that you're wanting. And just look through your cards. I think something to keep in mind, always try to keep blue and keep some red for burn if there's some burn spells you can possibly get out there. But in this case, though, I'm going to say that I would recommend you trying to get those higher cards, because sometimes you don't want the high 5 or 6 costs. In this type of format, it does work because the games are a lot longer than there are in standard and modern. That's something you should probably keep in mind. And if you guys get kind of confused, they do have a little rule book to help you out, because it's not 60 cards, it's 40 cards. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yep, 40 cards.
So, this is a good start to get yourself interested in trying to figure out how you're going to play Magic this turn. Yeah. And plus, you got the Planeswalkers. I would say, in this case, definitely try to use the Planeswalkers as the vantage point.
You get a Planeswalker in every pack.
So you might as well use them.
So that's really cool. And I would say just when you open up all your packs, what I always do is organize your cards in color.
Oh, yes.
Specific. So all the colors out, all of your multicolored cards in a pile. Put all of your lands and tokens in a pile, because you may or may not need those. And then any bombs, I try to just put in. And what I mean by bombs is if you open up Nicol Bolas, the Dragon God.
Yeah.
That would be a bomb. But just because you open that doesn't mean you can play it, because of the cards you get in your sealed pool. And that's what the sealed format is. A pre-release is you open 6 packs, you make a deck, 40 cards, and then you go play a tournament.
Yeah, and I would say to to add on to that too is that I think this is going to be like a better set to pre-release on compared to the last ones. I wasn't such a big fan of the guilds because a lot of times you get the guilds that are focused on your colors, and then you open up the packs. And you don't get you don't get the same colors that you need.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So I think this one is really good for new players compared to the last ones. So yeah, and I think we didn't write down that you need to bring like deck boxes and stuff like that.
Yes, I did. I wrote it right here.
Well, I said that. I said that we did, but
oh, that's right.
But I'm saying that I think something that we forget to add on to this is that your booster box is kind of not your booster box. Your pre-release box can act as a booster box.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, but like I said, just bring all your stuff that you would usually do for FNM, your deck box, your anything to keep your life on. You use your phone.
Mm-hmm. Sleeves, dice, deck box, pizza, pancakes, all that good stuff.
Oh yeah, let's say if you get yourself a group of friends and just try to make sure it's okay with your local game store. I mean, I'm sure they're going to be fine, but I don't know. Some stores are probably more strict than others.
Yeah, I mean, don't like eat pizza while you're playing cards.
No, don't
That's
don't
not
do
really
that.
nice.
Yeah, and I would say too is that just have fun. Don't be like thinking that. Don't try to be the guy who's like, oh, I'm going to try to win it all. Which I guess we're all kind of like that. But just try to just enjoy it and have fun. And
Says the Infect player.
Hey, you know what?
Sorry.
You got to hit me hard with a hard point. All right.
I'm sorry.
We're talking about like having fun. All right.
I'm
trying to make my life a little. You know, people don't already like me. So
no, they love you, Matt. They love you.
That's true.
So yeah, pre-release is by far the best time in Magic, I would say, because new set, new cards, a lot of fun.
And then go ahead and buy yourself 5 booster boxes.
Yes, exactly.
I think that's part of the rule. And then go ahead and buy. I know they say 2 with limit, but get yourself some friends and
get some mythic editions. Yeah,
but get some people and try to buy like 20 mythic editions. So
just casually spend a lot of money. You know.
Yeah,
Why not?
I mean, we all have the money to do it, right?
No, we don't. Not one bit. I am excited about the pre-release, and that's pretty much it. So.
No, that's where I'm at right now. So. I kind of want that Mythic Addiction box.
Yeah.
But
those high rollers out there.
If you can, it's a no-brainer. So you need to invest in it. So
yeah. Well,
you ready to talk about the honorable mentions?
Yeah. So the format that we're going with tonight is. We're going to be talking about our top 5 modern cards and our top 5 standard cards from War of the Spark that we think will make an impact in the metagame and also are all around just good cards to just have because we think they're really good. We have a couple honorable mentions. So you can agree with us or disagree in the comments, or it's just kind of our take, you know.
And let us know what you think is going to be in the top 5.
Yeah,
I mean, I love to hear other people's opinions, and there's a lot of cards that I'm surprised that haven't been talked about yet.
Well, we could do like a top 20 because there's so many good cards in the set.
Yeah, and it's really tough to get down to like just the last few that you really want. I think this set might be a little bit better than Dominaria in my opinion.
It definitely, I mean, it rivals the power level. I mean, there's some crazy cards in Dominaria.
I really like Dominaria, especially with all the sagas. And now with, I think the Planeswalker is kind of top in the saga, in my opinion, because since they act like a enchantment.
Yeah.
So they have that still, was it, how you say that, a standstill ability with it?
The static
ability, yeah. So.
And also, I have to say, excuse my voice. I am under the weather right now, so if you hear like that, I literally about coughed. Sorry. I'm going to be drinking some water and taking my time through this. So
it's
please forgive me for all that.
It's that time of season. I'm pretty sure I'm not too far from him.
But all right, here we go.
All right,
honorable mentions. Our first one. Did we even? No, we didn't even order these.
No, I did. Narset's Reversal.
Okay, here we go. Narset's Reversal. It is a blue instant. 2 blue for the casting cost. Copy target instant or sorcery spell, then return it to its owner's hand. You may choose new targets for the copy.
That's definitely a good counter for the burns out there.
So imagine this.
You try to burn me. No, I'm going to burn you.
So this is basically Remand, which it doesn't draw you a card, but it bounces it to your hand. And Twin Cast. Both of those cards combined, you don't get to draw a card, which is a bummer. But for the mana and for what it's doing, is just, I think, by far one of the best instants in the set. I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's pretty good, but I'm kind of thinking in my head right now. I mean, I know I'm not an Izzet Phoenix player, but is this something that you would see in Izzet maybe?
I don't know.
Like not in the main board.
Not
of course.
in the Phoenix. I don't think in the Phoenix deck it's not looking for something like this. This is a card that's a very tempo-driven card. So say somebody casts Chemister's Insight in Standard, right?
Yeah.
You just have 2 blue mana open. I'm going to bounce it back to your hand. I'm going to draw 4.
Yeah.
I'm not draw 4. Sorry. I'm going to bounce it, copy it. I'm going to draw 2. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
That's not bad. I like it.
I really like this card. Didn't make our top, but I just really like the card a lot.
Well, I guess the next card is Neoform.
Yeah, Neoform.
1 green, 1 blue.
You want to read this one?
Yeah, I'll give this one a shot. It's a sorcery spell. As an additional cost to cast a spell, sacrifice a creature. Search your library for a creature card with a converted mana cost equal to 1 plus the sacrificed creature converted mana cost. Put that card onto the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. Then shuffle your library. Really good search card. I mean, for any sort of creature you need to find.
Exactly. I think we talked about this card last week.
Yeah.
It's one of those cards that doesn't seem too good, like right when you look at it, because you have to sacrifice a creature, right?
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's a ramp card. I mean, and also we talked about the combination with Neoform and Incubation Druid, which basically turns on gives you 3 mana because it gives it a counter. So that's pretty cool.
I'm trying to think of some stupid stuff I can do with this. I'm like thinking that you can like.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, Commander's basically all bets are off,
thinking
right?
of some. I'm thinking some Commander stuff like.
Yeah.
You can sacrifice.
Hey, I'm trying to get into Commander more.
Oh, I know. Well, I think. Well, I know we're going to do an episode about it, but I think Oathbreaker is going to be more of a thing for us.
Well, I don't really know what that is, so we'll have to. I mean, you told me what it was.
Yeah, I mean, it's a I'm just gonna give you guys a slight hint of what the Oathbreaker is. It's similar to Commander, but it's use a commander. Your commander is in this set is a planeswalker, and you can use a spell, and it's either a sorcery or an instant. But we're going to have a whole other episode for that.
So basically, it's like another format of Commander.
Exactly, and it's 60 cards and it's 20 life.
That's
it's supposed
cool.
to be. It's like for us that we don't have time to play a Commander. It's a faster game of Commander, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, that's cool.
Sorry for the off topic, but I think something you can do crazy about this is that you can like sacrifice like a creature that's like 5 mana cost, and then you can get some sort of like creature like Craterhoof Behemoth or something like that. And get him out.
Yeah, I mean it's. I know I throw a lot of cards out there from older sets, but like Eldritch Evolution is another one that this basically is kind of like 1 mana less, but it's a little bit weaker because of the +1 or what it gets is not the same with Eldritch Evolution.
And it doesn't have. And the only problem is with what I wish it could have just add something more stupid to it, which is another card, but it can if it had haste, it'd be nuts too.
Oh my!
So because let's imagine you can grab a creature, has haste, get him out there, just hit hard with it. Like I don't know, it's a lot of crazy things you can do with it.
Yeah, that would make that card very broken if it gave a creature haste.
And we are sorry about the background noise right now.
Yeah, you might hear a train right now, so sorry about that.
Yeah, we are like right next to a train.
We're literally recording right next to a train track.
So
it would sound a lot different. By the way, we are back in our my studio, so hopefully the sound's a little better here. So
yeah, and it's just still going.
It's still there. All right, let's move on to the next one.
Let's go to the next one. Sorry about that,
Despark.
guys. All right, now this is going to be another good card.
Yes.
1 white, 1 black. Instant spell. Exile target permanent with converted mana costs 4 or greater.
Boom. Bye Teferi.
Yeah. I think this is going to be. I think we'll definitely see this a lot in
Standard.
Standard. I think it might see it in modern maybe.
The decks aren't there for Modern just yet, but because of a card like this, I can see color combinations coming up more with this card being printed.
Yeah, because I don't think there's not really that many white black decks for modern right now. I don't think, and I think this is a card that you probably should keep on the side for, especially when not War of the Spark, but what's the
Modern
Modern
Horizons.
Horizon comes out.
But who knows? They could just print a 1 mana.
That's true.
I don't know. Modern Horizons, we have no idea what it's going to be about.
And I can see this for Commander too. I mean, especially with a lot of the how high costing it is in Modern. I mean, not Modern, Commander. So I can see this doing really
There's
good.
too many Magic the Gathering formats. Have you ever thought about that?
There's not, but is there really?
There's something
ever too
for
many?
everyone, though. That's what I love about Magic. There's something for everyone. And you could play casually, kitchen table, all the way to tournament level.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just so cool. But it is confusing when we're trying to like sort all these cards out in different formats. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, and like I said, and this card is really good though because you can really get rid of some nasty. Like let's say if you got Ugin out there and you think he's about to ultimate soon, you can just get that out, get rid of him. You can get rid of any sort of like Olamogs and Ulamogs out there.
Olamog.
Ulamog.
All right, well, here, we're going to move into our top 5. Now, please, just so you know, we are by no means professional players.
I thought we are. We did so well at the SCG.
Hey, well, yeah, in a way.
We didn't make it day 2, but we
didn't.
almost made it day 2.
Yeah, we almost. So that's something, right?
I think that's worth something.
Anyways, just wanted to preface that. So please don't take our advice like to the extreme and buy 20, 30, 40 of these cards. We just think that these cards are good enough to make some kind of decks in their respective formats. So here we go.
All right.
The first one, and I'll start it off here.
Alrighty.
Blast Zone. It's a land. It says Blast Zone enters the battlefield with a charge counter on it. Tap it for a colorless. You can pay X and X. Tap it, put X charge counters on Blast Zone. Pay 3 colorless mana, tap it. You can sacrifice Blast Zone. Destroy each non-land permanent with converted mana cost equal to the number of charge counters on Blast Zone. Whoa.
Yeah, it kind of already ruins all your one cost creatures out there.
Chalice on one.
Yeah.
But
Well,
here's
but
the thing,
the
though.
thing about this one,
You
though,
can't
is-
blow up Chalice with this because it's converted mana cost 0 because it enters with a charge counter on it. Look at that.
That's true. So it destroys any number. Okay, so it can't do anything less than that at least.
No, that's the thing.
So
It's
if you have your one stuff, even tokens can't get destroyed by that then. If you think about it.
yes, that is true. So anything 0 can converted mana cost can't. So that's kind of a bummer there. But I really like this card. It has a lot of potential to just be an answer to a lot of problematic cards in Modern for a very low cost. I mean, it's just the land. You use utility lands in Modern, right? So this is just slots right in there. It can even be a sideboard card. Now, normally you don't want lands in your sideboard slots, because you want other powerful cards, but I could see a lot of decks wanting this card.
Yeah, and I think this whole set too is the first time I'm not seeing anything with mana like too like reliable on mana, because like what I mean by that is that usually you have stuff that like in Dominaria was it that it goes in tapped if you have 2 or more lands or anything like that, if I'm correct. Is that Dominaria?
No, are you talking about lands?
Yeah, because like normal land, because you have a lot of like there's hardly any like dual lands.
Oh,
that
there's
are
yeah,
rares.
there's no dual
There's
lands
no dual
in
lands.
this.
So like all the lands are pretty functional.
Yeah.
I do like this.
No,
about this
that's really
set.
cool. The other one that we didn't talk about is Karn's Bastion, the proliferate land. But yeah, basically those two, that one and Blast Zone are the utility lands,
Yeah.
and they're just really awesome.
And to add on to this here is that this card is going to be, I can see this really sick in Modern, because it's just, you go ahead and get rid of, like, because a lot of, like, I think everything costs, like, a lot of creatures cost just one cost. A lot of creatures just one cost spells.
Yeah.
So I think it definitely puts a hinder on some stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
So I definitely agree with you on this one.
Yeah. All right, next one.
Next
Number
one's
4.
Dovin's Zavito. It's a 1 blue, 1 white. It's an instant. This spell can't be countered. Counter target non-creature spell. Pretty simple. It's kind of a. It's
It
definitely.
can't be countered.
As I'm saying, it's kind of a step up
It
to
can't be countered.
Spell Pierce.
Like,
Because Spell Pierce can't be countered. But I think this is better than Spell Pierce.
yes, I can see this card even in some aspects in older formats than Modern. Like,
Oh yeah.
that it says this spell can't be countered bumps it up way past, I think, what most people like. Probably, maybe this one's the number one. You know what I mean? Because it says can't be countered.
It's kind of crazy that's an uncommon as well.
I know. But the power level is crazy.
But then again, like all the uncommons, it's like in the set, like I said, it's all nuts. So I think it's going to be crazy, and I think the promo is going to be where it's at.
Yeah, no, the promo is going to be quite expensive. Not like astronomically expensive, but it'll be between $5 and $15. I'm for sure.
And I can definitely see this right now. You use all that mana to get like some sort of get your Karn liberated out. Boom.
Yep, it can't be countered.
So yeah, but
too bad.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot more decks using this, and I think we're going to. I don't know. I think once Modern Horizons comes out, I think we're going to see a lot of like new decks that we haven't seen yet, and I think we're going. And I think right now with War of the Spark, it's kind of giving us like a little preview of it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So,
all right, number 3 for our modern list: Saheeli Sublime Artificer, 1 colorless. Hybrid mana blue-red, or 2 high blue. I can't say anything right. 2 hybrid mana blue-red. I don't even
colors.
know. Yeah. Legendary Planeswalker Saheeli. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 colorless servo artifact creature token. And this is another uncommon Planeswalker.
Yeah.
So the whole uncommon Planeswalker 3 mana, 5 loyalty, -2. I love the design. It's pretty awesome. But her -2 says target artifact you control becomes a copy of another target artifact or creature you control until end of turn, except it's an artifact in addition to its other types.
Yeah, I mean, to add on to this too is that you're going to be casting spells constantly. You're going to gain blockers.
Yeah.
I kind of like that mindset of it.
So Young Pyromancer, right? Have you seen that card, Matt?
Can't remember on top of my
So
head.
basically, 1 colorless and a red.
Yeah.
Basically, when you cast an instant or sorcery, I believe, you get a 1/1 red elemental creature token.
Oh, yeah.
Remember? It's the card that was foreign.
Yeah, now I remember now.
When we first started playing, I remember that. It's been a while, though. It's been like a year ago when we... Yeah, so anyways, but it's basically like that. I mean, you're getting value. It says non-creature spell, so that's actually even more valuable, in my opinion.
And then trying to figure out what... would this be for Affinity then? If I'm thinking right? Or,
No,
or is this like a KCI without KCI?
No, I think...
Because KCI use artifacts, right?
Yeah, I think the idea behind the artifact creature tokens are the blockers. So you want to slot this into a deck that is casting a lot of non-creature spells. And then something that's also applicable for Standard and even Modern, because Crackling Drake says that you can turn one of your servo tokens into a copy of another target artifact or creature you control. Imagine a 10-4 Drake.
Yeah.
And you make one of your 1/1s 10 and just swing in for 20.
That'd be pretty
Isn't that crazy?
Then I can see this too with, let's say if you have like a commander deck with the Hangerback.
Yep,
You just
Hangerback
keep
Walker.
casting spells, and then you can put those onto the Hangerback, correct?
Yep. Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool.
It's pretty nutty.
All right, so these top 2, Matt and I, we're arguing about these, even though they're going to be really obvious and it's kind of silly.
But I don't think anybody's really talked too much about them.
I think because they're so obviously good cards
That's probably why then.
that people are like, well, they're probably going to show up in Modern. But the thing is like, we don't really know what the landscape's going to be. So our number 2 pick is Ugin the Ineffable.
Yes.
So I'll let you go with
6 colorless. When his static ability is colorless spells cost 2 or less to cast. And already we're thinking about Tron with this.
Yeah, basically everything's free.
Yeah, plus because
All your cantrips.
yeah, you +1 them, exile the top card of your library face down, then look at it, create a 2/2 colorless spirit creature token. When that token leaves the battlefield, put that sealed card into your hand. So I think we got to try to figure out how to sacrifice that creature. I think that's going to be kind of the hard part in my head.
Well, you don't have to sacrifice it because you can use it as a blocker.
No, that's
So
true too. But
it protects itself.
that's
And
true.
also, it's card advantage because when it leaves the battlefield, you get that card back into your hand.
And then, yeah, that's true. And then his -3 ability is destroy target permanent that one that has one or more colors. So
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. And it starts out with 4, so it's kind of a little rough because it's a 4 for a 6 cost. But I'm just thinking of the static ability alone that I think would be great for Tron. And I think how this would work is that you would get him out, you would -3, assuming that you would probably get rid of somebody's Planeswalker because Teferi's in Modern right now, right? You can
Yep.
So you can get rid of him with that. Then you can possibly cast out maybe with the remaining mana for Tron. Maybe you can cast out another Planeswalker possibly with it.
Maybe.
I would think.
I haven't done the math yet, but
we have to play around with it. I think, but I really do think this card's gonna be good. And it's not even a mythic; it's a rare. So,
But just imagine if you had like Chromatic Star and all of these cantrips, right?
yeah,
They cost basically 0 because of his static ability.
mm-hmm.
So, say you have 1 mana, you could cycle through your deck
That's true
because it replaces that mana.
oh yeah, that's true.
That's
true.
amazing.
Yeah, that's true.
So that right there, actually, I just realized that's actually really good, and especially with the London Mulligan coming out too. Like, man, Tron's going to be all over the place.
Yeah, and I don't know how expensive this card's gonna get. I mean, as of right now, it's only $887.
I'm gonna buy all of them.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
For it.
No, I'm not.
Go for it. I mean, there's only like 1, 2, 3.
I'm gonna buy one. No, I'm gonna open one in my pre-release and then be really happy about it.
Dude, I'd be more excited just getting my what's his name? Tybalt.
No, Tybalt, man, I don't know about him.
Do you want to talk about the last one? It's going to follow the whole
All
stream
right,
of
so-
Tron.
Well, it's not gonna be in Tron though.
Well,
but-
I know, but this one's more of a counter towards Tron.
Yeah.
Well, not just Tron, more like any sort of artifact.
Well,
deck.
I think so.
You're
Matt,
right,
you
yeah.
you've had a good track record since you played. You've called Tempest Djinn. You have what was another one you called that was going to be good?
trying to think here. It's been a while. I mean, I know I did say something about tokens. I thought
Yep,
tokens.
March
was
of the
gonna be-
Multitudes. I mean, you picked some good cards. This one by far is probably a home run card, and you already talked about it last week. So
Yeah, it's Karn the Great
yeah,
Creator.
our number 1 pick for this set for Modern is Karn the Great Creator.
And you know what I just realized too? I don't know if I talked about it, but it's a 4 cost and he comes out with 5.
Yeah, I mean, right there, so good.
Yeah.
All right, well, here, I'll read it.
Okay, go for it.
Activated abilities, this is a static ability.
Yeah.
So activated abilities of artifacts your opponents control can't be activated. So it's a one-sided null rod for you Eternal format players out there. That's pretty cool. Well, I don't even know that card very well, so I might be wrong on that. But either ways, his +1 until your next turn, up to 1 target non-creature artifact becomes an artifact creature with power and toughness each equal to its converted mana cost.
Goodbye, Chalice.
So
Goodbye.
what we noticed is up to 1 target non-creature artifact becomes an artifact creature, right?
Yeah.
1 target, not one that you own. It could be anything on the field.
Exactly. And why would you? And it's one of those things. It's like you're not even going to target to yourself.
It's a +1 removal for artifacts that are 0 cost mana.
That's what I'm saying. It
That's
just makes
really
things,
good.
It makes things really nice.
So you
I
don't
think-
even have to worry about like certain cards because of that.
Yeah, I agree with you on this, and I think it's definitely going to be used for the side, especially for my deck, because with all the but the thing is, I don't know if this is a 1 of or 2 of you need.
I think if it commands a sideboard slot, you're going to start with 1 because you're not sure about it.
Yeah.
And then if it becomes really good in your matchups, then you bump it up to 2.
Yeah.
I could see 2 in your side for sure. Unless a deck comes up that's like runs 4 of these and you're just going to town with artifacts, but I mean, who knows? But anyways, the -2 is you may choose an artifact card you own from outside the game or in exile, reveal that card, and put it into your hand.
And then you could put them like all the artifacts you have in your sideboard, just bring them out. This is really good for those Phoenix decks, in my opinion, because you can
Bring out Ensnaring Bridge
well,
from your side bridge.
Yeah, you can do
Sideboard.
that. Side
bridge.
Side bridge, yeah, sideboard.
We got side bridge.
Man, there's me mixing up stuff again.
Oh, it's getting too late right now.
It's only 9:29. but the thing about it is like what's the card? Graph Digger's Cage. You can put that in. You can leave it in there. Like if there's something that you don't really want to put in your main board, it's just gonna be easier to take out. So
Yeah, I can see that.
So that's how I'm seeing it as, and Because like especially for your, I can see this being used for your sets that you're not going to be using. Do you have to pay for it, or it just goes in your hand, right?
Yeah, just goes
So
in hand.
snare, you said snare and bridge, right?
Yep.
How much does that cost to get out there?
3.
And is it colorless too?
It is colorless, yes.
So I can definitely see maybe a combo with that then.
Yeah,
for
there's
sure.
I mean there's a lot of combos with this card. So I mean the fact that this card is sitting between $8 and $10 is quite shocking. I mean obviously a ton are going to be open, so please don't go out and buy like a bazillion of these. But yeah, I don't know.
And the Japanese anime looks pretty sick too. This has his chest just bursting out.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't know when's the right time to buy, and don't ask us for that because I don't really know.
We're not really smart in that area.
I just know that when I think is a good card, and I think this is it, and I think other people are noticing it as well. Just not really people are talking about it, and I'm really surprised not. But I think maybe they're trying to keep the market down a little bit.
Buy them all up.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I don't see it being good in standard at the moment. It could be definitely see a future push.
That's true.
So,
But yeah, that's our top 5 for modern at least.
ready for standard?
I am. I haven't played standard a lot this season because we've been in guilds of Ravnica and Ravnica Allegiance, and the decks that are dominant are monocolored. That to me is a little weird.
Yeah.
I mean,
and
I love the decks. I mean, in some ways I do, in some ways I don't. I like the gameplay's fine, but it's very predictable right now. I mean, the format's kind of been solved, and I know the rotation. Like, actually, Matt, you kind of started close a little before, like in the same time frame I did. Like, you start in Dominaria, then the rotation happened, I believe, right?
And that's just a problem for me. I just don't really care for rotation. Like I love seeing standard played, but the rotation kind of bugs me a little bit.
Yeah, it's every 2 years in the fall. Rotation happens. So this is not a rotation, or is this a rotation?
Well, rotation be coming soon in Core 19, I think, right?
Oh yeah,
Because when Core 19 comes out, that's when is it Dominaria?
I guess
gone.
every year the rotation happens.
Is Dominaria gone?
Yeah,
then?
Dominaria's gone this fall.
See, that's what's a bummer though. It's like,
I know.
but they might have a new format coming out soon. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't really heard much about it.
I mean, eventually there will have to be, so we'll see where that goes. But I don't know. Yeah. Well, here, let's get into the top 5 for standard. All right,
you want to start this one out?
Yeah,
first?
I'll start off.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second. Okay, I'm ready now. God Eternal Kefnet. 2 colorless, 2 blue. Legendary creature, zombie god. Crazy that's even a thing, but yeah. He's a flying. He has flying as an ability. You may reveal the first card you draw each turn as you draw it. Whenever you reveal an instant or sorcery card this way, copy that card and you may cast the copy. That copy costs 2 less to cast. And then it has its god text that basically says, if it were to die or be put into exile, you may put it into the owner's library 3rd from the top.
Yeah, this is a lot better than his original form before he became a zombie.
A lot better.
I think all the gods they did really good on this time.
Yeah, I kind of wish Hazaret was back, but I don't know.
Maybe he's not dead. She's not dead.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't think so.
See, I don't even pay attention to lore.
I think she's the only one that's alive, so that's why she's not here.
Oh,
I think it's she.
There you go.
I'm pretty sure. But, yeah.
But this card is great. It just screams like basically it turns all of the lightning bolt effects into lightning bolts in standard when you draw a card. That's just so cool.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty nuts. I think this is definitely an AJ type of deck here.
Yeah, I'm basically, I really want to build a blue-red spells deck in standard with this card. I know the blue-red Wizards deck did not get any ground for this season, but I really think this card could be a top-end tempo play with a deck like that. Or just even in your mid-range decks and 3-color decks. I mean, it has a 4/5 body, so it dodges almost all damage-based removal, which except for like a couple of them. But I mean, it's just really good.
And then when this zombie dies, it goes 3rd from your library.
Yeah. So basically, when you play it, unless it gets countered, there you go, you have it.
And I think that's the trick with these new planeswalkers, new gods, is that they all do that, I think, to a degree. And I think it makes it a little bit nicer so you can just keep getting your creatures out.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's really good recursion. The card's great. I kind of this was my top 5 personally. I mean, like my top 1, but I can see some issues with the kind of deck it wants to go in, so it may not see like a lot of play at first. But I really feel like this card's going to see a lot of play in its lifespan.
Yeah, and that 4 cost isn't too bad either.
No, 4/4/4/5 flyer. If you just look at it like that, I mean, you can't go wrong with that. I mean, it beats Rekindling Phoenix in combat. Think about that.
Yeah.
So
I like it.
yeah,
The next card it's also a big commander card at the moment, is Feather the Redeemed. It's Boros colors. Red, 1 red, 2 white. So 3 costs altogether. It's an angel, legendary. Flying. Whenever it's a 3/4 flyer, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature you control, exile that card instead of putting it into your graveyard. As it resolves, if you do, return it into your hand at the beginning next up. So you're going to have it's talking about the recurring, just going to keep reoccurring, and I really like that.
this card is semi broken. I am glad that it's only a 3/4. So like Lava Coil can kill it. A couple burn spells can kill it. That is so important. If this card was any more harder to kill, it would cause a huge issue in standard, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think we're definitely going to see. I don't know if this would be a 4 in standard, but
well, it's legendary, so you have to be careful with that. But
Yeah.
if you build a deck that purposely wants to buff creatures, and you have this as kind of the top end of that, and you're just pumping through damage, I mean, it's going to be pretty good.
I think we also talked about how tokens are going to be important in the new set.
Yes, yeah,
So maybe a red, green, white deck could be out there. Maybe.
that would be really cool.
So
I think the brewing caps need to go back on for this set because I really think that there's going to be some cool, just awesome deck ideas out there.
oh yeah, and like I said, this is definitely a not out of standard. It's definitely going to be a big commander card because you're going to. I think this is going to be something you're going to see a lot of.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because I know right now people are already trying to make cards out of it in Commander. And
Yeah.
is it a mythic too, or is it?
No, it's a rare.
It's a rare.
So yeah,
So it's not a bad rare at all.
not a bad rare at all. All right, so this was the card I was thinking, Matt. Our third pick of this. So
It's a tough one.
it's a tough one because a lot of people are saying it's better than the old Teferi. Some people are saying it's not as good as the old Teferi, but we have Teferi Time Raveler. You want to read this one since this was kind of another one of your calls?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be better than the new Teferi, but I think I don't think this is near as good as the old Teferi. That's what I meant to say. But each opponent can cast spells only at times you can cast a sorcery spell. So that alone really makes a pretty good start.
It's a tempo. He's a tempo guy.
Yeah.
Like Tempo Teferi. That's what we should call him.
Yeah, especially this card. And when you +1 them, until your next turn, you may cast a sorcery spell as though it has flash, which I think that's really nice alone.
That is really cool.
Because you can definitely just keep getting. Because what I'm thinking about this is, you get your other Teferi out, you pay the 1, and then let's say you have to pass the turn. You can just keep drawing cards if possible. I'm like, or if you need to at the next spot. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, this opens up a whole different dynamic to blue-white control.
And the thing I'm thinking about this too, and I know there's not much been talk about it, but the proliferate draw ability. I think this could be really good with this card as well.
Yeah, because then I guess yes, I could see that with this card because
what I'm thinking it's going to happen is
it's a sorcery spell.
yeah,
Yeah,
because you're going to have that. You're going to cast it as a sorcery. You're going to proliferate all your planeswalkers or any of your amass cards or whatever you build. I think it's just going to keep proliferating, and then you're going to be +2, and then by your next turn you have let's say you got Teferi out this turn. By your next turn, Teferi is going to be a 6, and then you can do his -3, which is return up to 1 target artifact, creature, or enchantment to its owner's hand. Draw a card. So.
Draw a card. They just add that on there.
Yeah, so
draw a card.
Yeah, so as I said, it's not a Teferi card if you don't draw a card.
I know, right? So,
but like I think this is how you would want to do it. Is you want to +1 them, then you're going to do your do the proliferate, draw a card, and then you can return a creature. And I'm assuming, I don't know what card you to bring back into it or any sort of artifact, but you can return it back to your hand, then cast it, then do it again +1. I'm going to get no +1 them. You draw. No, you can't do that. I hope you would have an instant card in this time. and then you can just draw more cards or whatever you need to
Yeah.
do. I'm just trying to figure out what things.
Yeah, there's
it's-
just too many like trail of thoughts you can go down with these cards. It's tough.
I really think this is gonna be a good card. I don't know. I just don't know if it's gonna be actually used in the new Teferi. I mean,
I think it will be used. It definitely will show up in decks. I just don't know how impactful it will be right up out of the gates.
but that's how it was last Teferi was, and then it went up to $50 to $150.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
All right, well, we got 2 left here.
Yes.
These are cool cards. I am not a big fan of the playstyle of this next one, just because I'm a spells kind of guy, like with just blue-red. I just love that color combination. But mid-range, big, beefy creature. Here we go. God Eternal Bantu, 3 colors, 2 black, legendary creature, zombie god. He's a 5/6 menace. He's
already nuts.
He's crazy. Better for his mana cost, right? It says when he enters the battlefield, sacrifice any number of other permanents, then draw that many cards. Great on curve, great late game, horrible early because you can't cast him, right? Then the normal god text whenever, he dies or exiles.
You can use this for a zombie tokens deck.
Yes. Well, see, that's the thing. I really feel like this card is great because it says sacrifice any number of other permanents. So that means lands too. So you can refuel your hand and have a 5/6 menace on board.
Yeah, that's not
I mean,
bad.
he'll die to removal, but like everything does. So, I mean, you just have to kind of build your deck in a way that I feel like utilizes this card well.
Yeah, I think this would probably be it's either just straight up zombies or a green-black deck.
Yeah.
Because you can do this a couple ways, but a 5/6 for a 5 is not too bad at all.
No.
I really do like that, and just the whole point, just getting a whole fresh hand again is pretty sick.
Yeah.
So if you need that, because like I know sometimes when you play a game, it just gets really stale, and then if you can be able to get that out and then just get your cards that you need,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's how I'm kind of seeing that as.
All right. Here we go.
All right.
Top card. Drum roll. So, just to round this all out here, all of these cards, like we said, we have no idea how good these cards are going to be. We just feel like
They're probably all terrible.
yeah, they're probably all of them are going to be bad, but we felt like we picked some of the best out of the set. Now, obviously, this card, I was not sure about it because of cliche. You probably already know which one it is. But it's just an incredible card.
It's Nissa.
It's Nissa. Okay. Yes, you caught me, Matt. It's Nissa. No. All right. So our number 1 here is Nicol Bolas, Dragon God. So sorry out there if this was cliche. We ended with this one. But honestly, this card is quite incredible. I don't know, Matt. Do you want me to read it or do you want to read it?
I can read it for you. That's no problem.
All right.
It's a 5 cost, 1 blue, 3 black, 1 red. So it's set with all the other Nicol Bolas colors. So when he comes out, his static ability is all loyalty abilities of all other planeswalkers onto the battlefield. So it has all
Yeah,
any
you can
of the-
basically activate any other of the loyalty abilities of any planeswalker on the field.
yeah. So that's already really nice.
That's crazy.
So it's definitely a good counter if someone tries to do the Teferi, then you can be able to draw. I mean, you can use your sorcery spells as instances and stuff like that. His +1 ability is to draw a card. Each opponent exiles a card from their hand or permanent they control. So go ahead and get rid of something that they need. -3, destroy target creature or planeswalker. So that's kind of like with the Ugin. It's really nice. His -8, each opponent who doesn't control a legendary creature or planeswalker loses the game.
There you go.
So,
Loses the game.
And then how I'm kind of thinking this too is that what's that 2 black that
Elder Spell.
yeah, you just destroy all the legendary creatures.
There's too many good cards.
Legendary planeswalkers, and then you just plus him up 1 for how many to destroy, and then
Yeah, I know.
actually how you would probably do it is that you would probably because what is he 4? I'm assuming there's gonna be somebody with a whole bunch with a few planeswalkers.
Mm-hmm.
Destroy each one of them, and then you can just -8 that one turn, possibly.
Yeah,
No, it's crazy.
I don't know. There's
It's a lot of
just
things.
yeah, this card, I don't know if it can revive Grixis as a color. I'm sure it probably has a really good chance. There's been some other cards in those color combos that are just really good. But yeah, I just really, really think that this card is broken because of the fact that, I mean, it just, like, it's a 2-for-1, kills a creature, and then you just lose the game. I mean, sorry, kill a creature, a planeswalker, but I mean, it's just such a good card.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with you on that. It's just a lot of possibilities you can do with this card, and I really think not just standard, but I know I'm going to talk about commander. It's just going to be that great. Which I think talking about Oathbreaker, I think this would be a really good Oathbreaker card as well.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be, from just what we've talked about, I think this is going to be an amazing set. I think it's slightly better than Dominaria. And
It's slightly better than a lot of sets I've been.
it's a lot better than the last core set. The last core set was
Well, core set is not necessarily supposed to be like the big show set. It's supposed to
no, it's-
supplement cards for everybody. So, like, you can start off like core set 20. There's going to be good cards in it for newer players and needed reprints, and that's a good place for those to be.
Yeah, and I don't know. I really didn't care that much about the Ravnica this year either. But
People will be really mad at you that you
I
said that,
know.
Matt.
Well, there's better places. Let's go
Well-
back. Let's go back to the where Phyrexian.
No, Phyrexia. No, we don't need to go back
Come on,
there.
come on. They haven't destroyed everything yet. So.
No, Car needs to go deal with that. So.
That's some. Well, maybe.
Yeah, maybe next set.
Maybe next.
If there's infect in the next set, Matt, I don't know if I'm going to be able to play for a while. I really don't know.
Well, they brought back proliferation, so.
Oh, man.
I wasn't thinking that they'd ever do that.
If that was a tell right there, I don't know what I'd do. I'd be so angsty about that.
Well, I think 10 things off tonight. I think we just with this whole new set, just have fun. The pre-release is coming out. Get some good friends and just kind of celebrate, enjoy Magic for what it is.
No, and we really thank you all for the support for this podcast.
Yeah.
We really hope to continue to do this weekly if we can. As we just keep doing this and grow, we just hope that you really enjoy our takes on things, and just we try to keep it real with you guys and really enjoy just this wonderful hobby that is playing with cardboard. I think it's really awesome.
Yeah, isn't it crazy how much cardboard can be worth sometimes?
Yeah, it's literally paper. Like, literally paper. That's worth this much money. I still don't understand that, really. I really don't. But
No, and just going back to the thank you, I think we're up to 9 subscribers now,
we're getting there.
and this is it's this is exciting.
Oh,
So
it's
I mean,
cold, man.
you'll get better. You'll get better. Don't worry about it.
I know.
And
I
plus,
just hate being sick.
I'm sure everybody's gonna be okay about it. I think the only thing they're gonna hate is me right now.
No,
since
we're
I
gonna
didn't-
lose 3
since-
subscribers
since
because of
since
this.
I said I didn't really like Ravnica. So
Yep, there goes our audience right there.
I'm sorry, guys.
But we are going to try to get this podcast onto Spotify, SoundCloud, and some other, like Player FM, I think is another.
Yeah, we're trying to learn this.
Yeah, we
it's
really
different.
don't know where to put it other than YouTube right now. So in the comments, if you're listening to this far, thank you so much. But if you could just let us know some other platforms that you know of for podcasts, we love to put them out there because we just want to be part of the greater Magic community. And we just would love to inspire people and do something that we all love.
Yeah, and I think the whole point about this too is like, if I don't know where you're from listening, but we would love to, like, hopefully at some point go to an SCG and meet you guys too, because I think that's just the kind of fun thing
Yeah,
about
SCG
Magic.
or Grand Prix if we can ever get time off work and go do it again.
We work weekends.
Yeah,
so
that's tough.
That's the only problem with us.
We're the F&M Warriors, right? We Friday night, right?
Yeah, all the time. And we don't even pay. We don't even go in there and pay because they don't play Modern where we're at. So
I know.
it's just us two playing.
It's kind of a bummer, but
Yeah,
it's great to have a store close to us and
yeah,
really get to enjoy the people there. So
yeah. And like I said, we just appreciate everything. So,
yeah. Well, thank you all, and keep it real.
all right, you guys have a good one. Take it easy.